Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you said, anywhere.
So as you guys can see right here, I already fold my placket. If you haven't seen a video of how to fold the placket, you can just check my video gallery. There's definitely a video on how to fold a senator placket. This is just like a 1.3 inch placket, and I already cut out this is just like a belt strap, exactly the way you used to cut like your belt strap. So this is going to be like just an overlay for the just like a simple design, just the 3 pieces of this that I cut out. It's just going to be like this, and I'm going to have a button, 3 buttons in between it, but you're going to love the design. What I want to show you basically here is that after the last stitch here, it's going to be a free opening around here. That's what I want to be. I want you guys to pay close attention to. So I'll be attaching my placket to my my placket to my outfit. So here is my bodice. As you can see, I already fixed the neck, and I already do the stitch. I already do the neck tape. So the very first thing I'm going to do is to be adding my I'll be adding the smaller placket, which will be at the left side. So I'm just going to turn it to the wrong side of the fabric. As always, I'm going to add my first placket right here. This is the smaller placket. Just going to add it. Let me zoom in closer so that you guys can see. Okay, so here, as you can see, I already turned it to the wrong side of the fabric. You can see the inside of the bodice. Of this side, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold the first placket right here. I believe you have seen this before in your previous video. I'm going to start my first stitch. It's just mostly like 5 of an inch, so that the neck will be able to like enter inside of the You see that? So after that, you're going to make a notch here. Just make a notch and turn your fabric to the front. So here we have the front. You can see. So what you're going to do is just to make sure you overlap this on top of the bodice. As simple as possible. I'm going to make a stitch, a straight stitch right here. Down. Make sure you don't have any thread coming out in order to make it very clean. You can see that. Let's trim the excess. You can see what we have here so far. You can see that you're going to give it a thorough ironing, but this is not long good at all. You can see there's some excess stitch right here. Just trim it off. You can see. So the next thing you're going to do is turn your fabric inside again. We're going to run our bracket. So here, just going to open it. After that as well, make a notch right here. Make a small notch and turn it inside. And turn your body eyes inside as well. So far, this is what we're going to have in the front. See how clean our neck is going to be. You can see that. You see that. Do you see that? So to make sure this place is quite balanced. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch this. First, I'm going to start stitching it from this ending side. So it's going to be like from here. I'm going to make a very tiny stitch from the side. Make sure your hand is very straight. And the stitch are at the edges. If you look closely at this, you can see the stitches at the edge of the stitch right here. You can see that. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to run the normal placket stitch. Make sure you're running it at the edge as well. Okay, so now start your stitch. Make sure you balance it well. So I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to do here. This is the most important part. Stitches straight down. When I get to this point, this is what I'm going to do. You can see I'm going to stitch here because I want this side to just be free. I'm going to just run a single stitch right from the down part. So I'm going to stitch this side. So just stitch it straight. When you get to this point, the point in which you want to start your start putting your strap. Just place it under it. Very simple. Place it under it and run a stitch. Run a stitch above it. But here is where you need to pay attention. In order to create an illusion that this side there's no stitch at the edge like this place, you're going to go inside a little bit. It's like one inch. Just go inside just like here. You can see. Okay, I want you to pay attention. When you get just like it's not up to an inch, just like a quarter of an inch, go inside a little bit and start the stitch. So now you're not stitching from the edges of the fabric again, you're stitching from the middle, somewhere around the middle, and you're going to measure your gap in between each of the strap. Each of the strap you're going to place inside. This is going to be 1.5 inch in between the strap. You're going to place it in. You're going to make the stitch. Okay. So here as well, measure your 1.5 between each of the strap. Place it. So at this edge, I believe you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to make it simple. Here as well, you're not stitching at the edge, you're stitching like in the middle as well. So here, you're just going to fold your strap to the backward and put it inside. You can see, put it inside. Make sure it is straight. Make sure it is straight. I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to do here. Make sure it is straight. Then push it backward a little bit. And make sure you stitch on it. After you stitch on it, take your stitch upward, place it back, and start your stitch exactly where you stopped before. Make sure you are not on the strap. And drive it forward. You can see that. Do the same thing here. Put your strap inside. You need to stitch on the strap. The one inside, I mean. Push it backward. Start to stitch from here as well again. And do the same thing here as well. Make sure the strap is straight. You can see that. Make sure the strap is straight. Start the stitch. Push it upward. Stitch on top of the strap. Not on top of the strap, the one under. Don't make that mistake. Here. So don't forget, first stitch is going to be under the strap. And get to the edge.
Anywhere you go, anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Edge. out those extra and give it a thorough ironing. You can see what we have here. Just cut out those extra stitches from down, extra threads, cut it out. You can see that. Then you're going to attach your button 1, 2, 3. Very simple. So let me show you after the finishing part, so how it look, so you guys can see what we just did together. So here is what it looked like. When I zoom in, you guys can see. I believe you guys can see what we have here. But firstly, the very first thing we're going to do is, in order to get it perfectly, you're going to iron it from inside. Don't ever start your ironing from the front. You're going to start your ironing from the inside. Try to cut out those threads. Make sure you're using a steam iron. Just sprinkle some water on top of this side. And give it a thorough ironing. First from inside, don't forget. Then you're going to give it an ironing from the front. Make sure your hand is the ironing is very smooth. So that is about it on this design. All you have to do is just to add your button, any color you want to add, but on this one I'll be adding a red button on this one. Just a simple red button. It's going to be 3, just like that. Very simple design. And there will be a button at this front side here, or not. This okay, at this front side I'm going to just put a press button. This is the only place that we have a button, just this 3. And I'm going to put a logo on the chest, a red logo. So that's it on this design, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you like it, make sure you give it a thumb up and subscribe if you are yet to subscribe. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace and enjoy yourself.